Hi everyone, this is an energy reading for the week of May 9th through I think the 16th. So it's going to cover today or whenever this gets uploaded. My internet uploading speed is like slower than a turtle stuck in molasses. It's like crazy slow. Anyway, whenever this gets up, it might not get up until the 10th, but it's going to be for the 9th through the 16th or whenever you happen across it. So, it is timeless also in that way. I got a new deck. Well, I got two new decks. I got the Intuit second edition, and I also got the Zodiac. They sent me the Zodiac one too. And these decks are pretty awesome. I'm not going to use the Zodiac one because this one just has so many cards. I didn't want to get them messed up or confused. But we're going to use a little bit, like there's different sections to this deck. So there's timing cards, there are animal spirits, and then there's planetary influences. And then there's like two kind of different sets of Lenormand within it. So that's what's down here. So I'm going to use this too in the reading. Then we're going to use these decks, which is the Mystic Moons, Spirits of Darkness and Light. Yeah, Spirits of Darkness and Light. And then this is a tarot deck, which I'm not quite sure the name of it, but I'm going to use it too in the weekly reading. Angel spread. So let's dive in. If you have a question, sorry about my finger there. If you have a question about timing, think of it now, and I'm going to pull from a timing card here somewhere in this reading. Probably after I do the animal, I'm going to do timing, do a planetary energy, and planetary energy that will be affecting us at this time moving forward. So these are just going to be different messages out around the reading of the angel spread. So let's connect to our higher selves, God of the angels, Archangel Michael, to guide and protect our time and space. Let's see what animal spirit wants to help us this week, what animal spirit is with us and why. I'm just going to kind of shove me down in here and see. Oh, wow, the loons. Very nice. And we have 10 and A up at the top. Deeply committed, uncommon bonds, family, manifest deepest desire. I can't see. All in for what you love. Reawake lost hopes. So I'm just going to kind of set it down there. Whoops. Okay. So I also see like a mirroring effect here too on the still water. So that can be a reawakening. Loons are made for life. So there is a commitment energy, uncommon bonds. There's a reawakening of lost hopes. Kind of go in there like that. And then we're going to do a planetary energy that may be affecting us this week. So planetary energy. Let's see what this one is. We have Saturn. Accomplishment, duty, responsibility, completion of cycles, governing time and matter, structure, achievement, commitments. Again, commitment. I don't know that one said commitment, but it had that energy. Boundaries, integration, and restriction. That's the world. So Saturn, the regulator. So I get a responsibility energy here, and in regards to commitment, right? When we put those together, completing a cycle of responsibility, the energy of commitments and responsibility is coming up here strongly for me from these. Integration and restriction. It's like overcoming things that can kind of keep us from accomplishing, like when we're determined to see out a responsibility and the obstacles that can kind of come up around that. It's like kind of really looking at overcoming that feeling is what I'm getting here too. Governing time and matter structure. So yeah, just a kind of different energy. So let's see, if you have a timing question, let's just pop through these and see what timing may come up for your question. Let's just mix it around and see. There wasn't too many of these, so I want to kind of get a good mix here and just pull try this one here. It's popping out. And we have timing within a year, duration during the winter, December 22nd, January 21st. Ruling planet is Saturn. Did that not say Saturn up there? It did. Okay. Resourceful, disciplined, tenacious, goal-oriented, conservative, realistic, constant, and workhorse. The devil is the tarot association. So we have the world and the devil completing a cycle of restriction. And that's what I kind of said here. Like, being determined to overcome restrictions in regards to a responsibility, right? And so something is restricting something around the energies this week. Spirit is pointing out to restrictions around being able to fulfill. There's a sense of fulfillment of a commitment due to restrictions and obstacles that have arose in the path of whatever this is for you. So whatever that is, in regards, if it's a family situation, if it's a relationship aspect, if it has to do with, you know, your soul's journey and your soul's purpose, there's something here that has arisen in the devil energy as an obstacle, as a restriction, as a boundary in regards to completing that cycle. But it is saying reawake lost hopes in regards to this. So it can be that you feel like you're not getting anywhere with this, you know, wanting to, you know, it's like your soul knows you want to complete this responsibility in regards to your soul contract, perhaps with whatever this is for you, and you're feeling like you're losing hope. There is something coming up here with the loons that is telling you not to lose that hope in regards to this. So these are all kind of coming back together in the energies of each other in a very awesome way. So they want you to be resourceful. There's resourcefulness. There's, even though this is the devil, there's discipline, there's tenacity, there's a goal-oriented energy where this wants to ground. This is Capricorn. Capricorn is all about grounding. And so when I look at this for timing, when I do timing intuitively, I also say whenever we are in a upcoming, so this is like a year out, end of the year. So for some, this can also wrap up for you. You know, this can come into fruition for you by the end of this year. And I know we're looking at a weekly energy and we're saying, wow, you know, what are we talking about? This sounds like a long way off, but truly it's not. Time, you know, it'll go by fast in that aspect because it's indicating here, you know, at that point, you're going to have things kind of come together in a way that you want to be able to fulfill that soul contract responsibility. I feel this has got to do with more than just like fulfilling your duties in a job. I feel like this is, you know, soul contract energy somehow, but probably because of the loons. But what I'm getting here, where I'm going with the timing, is that it can also be the next Earth sign time frame, which we are in right now, Taurus. So it can be right now. So it's not to say it can be the end of the year. For some, it's going to be out at the end of the year, beginning of next year. Okay. And it can be something that starts to improve at this time around December to January, and then within a year, which would be next May, would, you know, kind of come into completion. But for some, you can start seeing change for this right now in Taurus, because we are in an Earth sign time frame right now. So it would be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So it could be now, it could be Virgo, it could be Capricorn, and up to a year's time. But they are all connected in an energy where we are wanting to accumulate and bring to a closure you know, a cycle of responsibility in regards to a soul contract. I feel it very strongly. It's something much bigger than like a job responsibility. And in this week's energy, it can certainly be that, you know, you're going to wrap up something in regards to responsibility to a family member or to job, you know, a work project, something like that on a smaller scale. But I also feel it's a message to us on a grander scale of a soul purpose, of a soul contract that is going to, it is going to complete. You may have lost hope in regards to it. They want you to kind of keep committed to that and to stay forward on it. Okay, so I love how that came out for us this week as a reminder on a daily level and on a grander scale. So I'm going to pull back. We're going to jump in and see what Spirit wants us to know. This is the angel message for this week. What the angels want us to know most important right now. Just going to kind of go through. This can be all related, or this can be different separate messages from spirit. So it's a 5-card placement. What do angels want us to know at this time? And I'm going to pull 2, and they came out reversed, but I'm going to look. 2 came out together. And we have the Grim Reaper, death energy, which has been Scorpio energy. Death energy has been coming up for me again, ending winter. And we had that winter energy all the way out there. And we have unrealistic delusion, not as it seems. So there's something that's not as it seems. I feel this is tied back to that. Maybe it's going to be an end to the feeling of it being unrealistic, right? The Pegasus. But not only to me, the Pegasus is also very magical, right? It's not just the energy of the unrealistic, delusional, but there is a sense here of things are not all as they seem in regards to this energy. So there could be something that's not all as it seems. Something may seem like it's ended or ending, or you're going through a death. Like that loon energy, like when that one loon dies in the partnership, it is just so deep and sad, right? But they're saying here there's something that is not as it seems in regards to this feeling that's coming up for us perhaps right now, or something that seems like we're going through that. It could feel like a soul death or a dark night of the soul, right? But they're just wanting us to say, hey, there's magic at foot. Things are not as it seems. It's not all up front, right? So there's that scorpionic energy in regards to it, I feel. So that is one message, but I'm going to get a tarot here with it. And what else? This is going to go with these 2. What the tarot is going with this energy. Nope. Just kind of popped off there. I'm going to go down in here and see. And we have 8 of Wands. And so this talks about movement. This talks about the energy it takes to move things forward. This can even be communication. So, Mercury and Scorpio energy, which is weird because that just came up for me this morning. And Mercury and Scorpio energy has to do with a bit of mystery. It has to do with things that we want to start to like investigate something. We feel like there's something to uncover or unearth. We want to figure something out in regards to it. So that's coming up here again, and it's kind of weird for me because I just, like I said, I just heard that earlier and was learning more about that. So it's kind of coming up here repeated. So I want to pass that on. But as for the energy of ending, there's something about communication ending or something that was very powerfully energetic, just kind of coming to a standstill, and they're wanting to tell you that there's something that's not as it seems around this because of that scorpionic energy. Okay, something's like something deep is messing with the 8 of Wands energy, which talks about fast movement, swift energy, and communication. It's very Mercury aspected. So let's just see what Lenormand from this beautiful new Intuit deck comes up in regards to this message. Just gonna add another layer and see what they say. And it is Compass. True North. So like a North Node. So if you're into astrology and you know about these things, this may add another layer. I certainly do not, but those that are connected to astrology and zodiac things, you may, see something in regards to Mercury and Scorpio and the North Node. I would certainly have to Google and see if they go together and what it brings. I'm saying North Node, but I see that in the true North, right? Discovery, life path, seeking the truth, direction, find your way, know where you are going, make a plan, explore. So again, it's going with the life path, with the feeling of this being a soul contract. It's like, hey, things were moving in this way, I felt like this was, you're being, when you're connected more to your higher self, your soul, your 5D self, you are more easily able to follow that compass, right? And to follow the signs and the guidance of your higher self. You're progressing on your soul's path. You can clearly see where you're going. And then all the dying sudden, that dark, deep scorpion energy comes in, the death energy, the Grim Reaper comes in and says, oh, no, not so fast, right? Kind of messes with the flow of that energy, and you no longer can move in that direction. So this is just coming up as confirmation of that energy of the soul, the soul wanting to complete this. It's like, hey, I have to, you know, it's like the mission of the higher self to complete this cycle. And so they're reminding you it's not all as it seems, not all is lost in regards to this, but there is something that has to be dealt with this energy here, okay? And then moving forward. So I'm getting that with the life path. There's something to be discovered, and it takes us back to the Mercury and Scorpio energy where we want to investigate something. There's something to learn here in this stoppage. Like it's like the Grim Reaper comes in and says, no, this has to end in this form, in this way. We can't move forward. We can't take this energy with us along with this plan. Something has to be shed. You have to discover this. And so seeking truth, again, back to the same energy I was just talking about. It makes you want to discover something, makes you want to find something. So it's a pause along the path to kind of investigate something, perhaps within yourself, perhaps within part of this journey. There's something to be learned here, and you wouldn't have stopped at this pit stop and figured it out had this not occurred. So they want you to see it in a different way. Okay, you're still on target, but there is a, you know, kind of like a, I'm gonna say Dark Night of the Soul. There is a unknown pit stop. It's like running out of gas on a dark, lonely stretch of highway at night when you didn't plan it. Okay, and so there's no gas stations, there's no one around to ask, and you kind of have to work through it yourself in the dark. And it's rather scary, and it wasn't planned for. That's the visual they're giving me. But in regards to that, you find out how strong you are, perhaps how much you can problem solve, how much you can overcome it. You do figure out how to get back on your path. You do figure out how to move forward, and within that there is an inner strength that is born. And so that's how they're kind of showing me. And things will move again. Your car will be gassed up. You know, the daylight will come out. You can see these are brighter cards. This is a little bit murkier. The light will come up again. The day will start again, and you will move forward again. But you have to go through this little scarier period that wasn't planned for. Okay, so Spirit is just kind of bringing all this to our attention. Very, very interesting. So what they can see high above that we can't see down here in regards, I want to keep moving because my uploading has been like so super slow. I think I mentioned that. I don't want this to get too uber long. It'll take 2 days to upload, I swear. So let's see what they can see high above that we can't see down here, Spirit. I'm hearing the words in tune. And so we have the demon, spirit, tormented, fear, shadow self. And so again, the scorpionic energy, dark night of the soul, facing shadows, facing fears, right? It's coming up here. Devil energy back here. This is what, you know, kind of come up as obstacles, even though we are, you know, it's going to make us be resourceful. See here with the word resourceful, just like I said, we're stuck on that highway at midnight in the dark, and we're running out of gas. We have to be resourceful. We have to be disciplined. We have to figure this out, right? We have to face that fear of being alone in the dark and getting ourselves back on track. So this is a fear. Spirit's bringing it. They can see high above. We can't see down here. This is a fear in our shadow self that if we don't shed it, moving forward on our path, it's not going to have the same results. You're not going to be able to accomplish and complete this soul contract if you do not face this at this point in the juncture. Okay, so they're just bringing this up again. There's something about that. They're just reiterating it. So let's see. And I had heard in tune. So tuning something, tuning fork. And we have 7 of Swords. Yep, this is betrayal. It's just facing this fear of being betrayed, of escapism, someone being not cool. This can be, you know, people just, there's an abandonment energy here, being stolen or taken from us. This is an energy here that is the fear, right? The shadow self fear. And we have these projected at us by other people because they're within us. It's time to face that fear that you also, this is also a part of you, realizing and accepting it and integrating it as well, because you can't see it in other people if it's not within you too. So it's like a mirror, right? It's a murky mirror that can be very scary when it's presented. We have Archer. Careful, aim, on target, shoot, go to guy or gal, direct, quick, precise, focus, matchmaker, implement a strategy. So 7 of Swords can be strategic as well. Something they can see high above, we can't see down here. that we are still on target, just like I said, and we can't move forward and end up in our destination in the right energy to complete this. And when we get to the end, if we don't face this, if we don't deal with this within ourselves, we're not going to be able to get to the end and complete the cycle, fulfill that soul responsibility. So this is something that we have to quickly deal with. We have to be direct at it. We still are on target. And there's something here about a strategy in place. Okay, Spirit is saying that's this is their strategy. This is strategically planned by Spirit, because this is something they can see high above, we can't see down here. That we are still on target. They have strategically planned this little dark night of the soul pit stop to release these fears, to face this with what's within ourselves and release it and come to terms with it, to be shown these fears, so we can, heal them and implement a new plan, a new strategy moving forward. And they are being very direct with this, right? So very, very interesting. Also, I feel too, to just be in this week, be very careful with this energy. Watch for this energy within yourself and within others this week. So to be watchful. But on the grander scale, they're saying everything's still on target. This is strategically planned by your higher self, the higher realms, in regards to this, completing this soul contract, fulfilling this responsibility of your soul's past, soul's journey, in dealing with this. So it's not to think that total ending is there, because it's not as it seems, right? Things are not as it seems. So something that you can do to help the angels help you this week. Something you can do to help the angels help you this week. And we have the angels, spirit of the angel, guidance, blessings, answered prayer. So again, when these things happen, we can lose faith in our guidance. I know I certainly can. I'm like, what is happening? Because we're moving along. We're in this 8 of Swords. We feel like things are moving. We feel like we are communicating with our guides, the crow here. We feel we are being divinely guided. We know what direction we're taking. We're being, positioned, right? We're being positioned for success. And then all of a sudden, no, that's not happening, they're saying. So it's like a little shock to the system. So what Spirit wants us to know is that angelic guidance is still here, and that this was a necessary blackout of the guidance, a stoppage of our guidance, for a higher purpose. And it's to be able to be in this energy in the right way, right? Where we wouldn't, if you're still carrying these fears, we are not going to be able to complete the cycle when we get to the destination. So see this all as a answered prayer. See it as a blessing in disguise. Your angels are still with you. So they want you to recognize that, right? So the angelic guidance is still here. It's just something that we have to deal with. And everything's still in alignment. So it's a reminder there. What can we do to help the angels help us this week? Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands takes action. It's action and goal oriented. So taking action. So, utilizing prayer with the fire energy. This can even be candle work, lighting a candle in thanks and reverence to our angels, not feeling like we've been abandoned, giving thanks, giving gratitude, taking action this week is going to be important. So utilizing prayer, utilizing gratitude, utilizing thankful energy this week is going to be important in helping the angels help us. And we have anchor. Stable, enduring, definitely enduring, solid, steady, restrained, secure, persevere. Again, that perseverance, willpower, long-lasting, persist, advantage, fortitude. So again, grounding, being very grounded. 9 of Spades is 9 of Swords. So it's really dealing with our fears that have really come up, right? Like, what the heck has happened? I feel like I've been abandoned on my journey. I feel like Spirit has kind of left me in the dark. I'm fearful of this. So dealing with that, grounding those energies in, grounding yourself so you're not like up in your head, right? Coming back into your physical body, grounding yourself, really dealing with, too much mind, too many fears in our mind, really looking at, quelling those energies stilling those energies, become more stable, physically stable in our bodies, coming back into our bodies and out of our heads, out of those fears, to help us, utilizing, taking action in regards to prayer. They are down on their knee, right? So utilizing the fire energy, candle work, prayer, guidance, coming back into the light because of the fire energy, being more, restraining any of those fears of the Nine of Swords, being more secure, knowing you're going to persevere through this, and persisting. Okay, so really getting into that solid, stable energy in regards to your angels and your guidance, and knowing you haven't been, forgotten or abandoned in regards. Okay, so secret we do not know about all this, and I feel it's going to continue with the same subject, a secret we do not know this week. So these are the energies for this week, but also I feel moving beyond into this larger soul contract. Here again, secret we do not know is we're reflecting vanity, deflection, so that back to that death ending Scorpio energy is very much in this energy of mirror, mirror reflection. Just like I said here, the Seven of Swords, you can't see it in another person if it wasn't in yourself. So they're merely reflecting this uncool energy that's in you, that you are just as fearful of within yourself as you are as it coming from them. And it's coming up to the surface, being shown to you for you to deal with it, to see it in yourself. And not to make yourself wrong or bad about it, because it's already scary enough, right? But it's to bring it to the light, bring it up into the 5D perspective of seeing it with unconditional love, seeing it as part of the 3D density, seeing it as part of the egoic self, seeing it as only human, and giving it unconditional love and compassion, right? So it's not about making ourselves wrong or making ourselves feel bad about it, right? So this is a secret we do not know, is that we're really looking at this, we're really facing it in another way, seeing it from another perspective, dealing with it at this time. Temperance, perfect. It's a total example. This is talking about tempering it, healing it, alchemizing this shadow into the light, right? As part of our physical vessel. So it's anchoring that in, it's bringing it into alignment. So this is a secret we do not know. We are still doing this work right now at this time. Temperance is out to Sagittarius, and we had a fire sign energy here, and that too is out towards the end of the year. Again, I'm not saying this is going to take that long. We are on a weekly reading, but I feel that this could be stages for some people. This could be Taurus and Leo. And then for some, it could be Sag and Capricorn. So it's to think about it in those ways, in steps. So there may be waves of those watching that are going to be dealing with this at different times. But this is a secret we do not know. We are tempering this. We are healing this. We are bringing this together. This is also about restraint. Temperance to me is all about restraint. And I think this said restrain here. And it's also about holding back, and it's also about the divine timing. So patience, persistence in dealing with this energy at this time is important. Okay, so it's kind of slowed things down on where we thought we were headed. We really thought we were on this eight of wands whoosh kind of energy being propelled forward, and then all of a sudden we hit this wow, what has happened to kind of feeling. Like it's down in here somewhere. Stars. So wishes come true, peace, miracle, dream, falling in love, hope. Again, that hope, just like we had back here, reawake lost hopes. That's what the star is about. Inspired, providence, blessed, nighttime. And funny, nighttime goes with this scary visual they gave me of being stranded at night, right? But there's hope, and we are being guided. The star guides us out of this darker energy at night when there's no lights. The only thing we have is the stars and the moon. So it's using that. And for some, this can be using the astrological placements, because I have been having that come up more in my guidance. So it can be learning more about that and allowing it to guide our way through, where we can maybe see these things coming, right? We can see this when we're looking at our astrology chart. We can see these pit stops coming on our way, and we can prepare for them, right? But this is a secret we do not know, is that this is occurring, not to lose hope. We are, again, still being guided. It's just repeating itself. Six of Cups is about the past. It's about nostalgia, and this could even be past life energies. But they want us to know that things are still very blessed, like we had with the angels here. That guidance is still here. Things are still aligned with the path from the past into the future, and the energy is healing and moving forward. And so not to lose hope with that. I still feel there's more here in the message with the Six of Cups, but I'm not quite picking up what it is. And if I happen to grasp it, I will type it in the description below, because I feel like there's something here. But again, blessing in disguise with all this, and this can come into a better energy at the end when things are coming into alignment. So something that is going to wrap up for us this week, completion in a good way, I like to say. Oh, 16 is also the Tower. Funny, there we go again. And this was in reverse when I pulled it. 16, I want to go back here. 16 is the Tower in the tarot, and Tower is about things that fall apart. So things have fallen apart to restructure the past, so we can have a better future. So those dreams can come true. So there can be peace in the future versus turmoil, versus this fear that is being mirrored to us from others, because it's within ourselves to be dealt with and to be looked at and to be healed with compassion, with the higher realm energies, right? So it's repeating itself there. So something that's going to wrap up is this intoxication, uninhibited, shameless energy. This is again Capricorn, but it also is going back to the devil energy, right? Demon spirit, but Capricorn energy. So this is again repeating the Capricorn energy from over here too. So something that's going to be wrapped up in a good way. They want us to know. Two of Pentacles, balance. So there's again that sense of temperance, but only temperance is in the higher realms, things that are being worked out, and this is in the physical. So there is a physical balancing coming up here for us. And I'm getting next to oh goodness, next to earth signs too, which we're in Taurus, Virgo. It could be child, beginnings, innocence, brand new, creativity, spontaneous, carefree, inexperienced, tender, new perspective, girl. So Page of Spades. So this is, I feel like this is like Page of Spades, Page of Swords energy too. There is some new information coming in. I'm not sure what that's about, but something that's wrapping up is this energy is coming into balance, just repeating itself here, and that there is new fresh energy coming in. Girl is feminine, is receptive, so being open to receiving. And I also feel being open to receiving some sort of information. I feel something is coming information wise too, that is going to bring you a new perspective with this in the meantime as this stuff unfolds. With we see innocence, that takes me back to the Six of Cups too. So it could be around the past energy. But there is, what they want us to know is there's balance with this. There is information coming in. There's a new perspective coming in. There's new fresh energy coming in at the end of the day. 13 is funny, is the Death card in the tarot too. So this is just repeating itself over and over. Hope everyone has enjoyed this reading. Angel blessings. I hope this doesn't take forever to upload. Angel blessings to everyone. Oceans of love. See you next week.